Welcome to Fan for Racing Radio. I'm Fan for Racing Sharon, and joining me is Jay Huseman, and we are here for the Elko review for the ARCA Menards series. A really big night out at Elko Speedway. Did you get to see any of the highlights on this one, Jay?
No, that was one as we were talking about. Could have stayed around. I opted not to and come back home. But yeah, I drove by Elko. What was it? Friday afternoon, I guess it was. As I was headed home, and I knew some of the haulers and stuff that were headed up there. But got to see some of the social media as well as the results. Again, great race. What I love about this series is watching this young and up and coming talent, and it's getting younger. Reeves is, I think, 15 years old.
Yeah, he's a young guy.
So, yeah, we keep saying, the young star coming up of, I don't know at what point we even say less than that because they're getting younger and younger.
He doesn't even have his driver's license yet, and he's got 4 race runs.
Right, there you go. How about that?
Yeah, pretty amazing. Okay, well, we're going to do our review of the ARCA Menards series at Elko Speedway for the Shore Lunch 250 presented by Dutch Boy. And I'll let you go ahead and start off.
Now, keep in mind, this is the main ARCA Menards series, and Max Reeves in the number 18 Cookout Toyota scored his first career ARCA Menards series victory in just his second series start in Saturday's Shore Lunch 250 presented by Dutch Boy there at Elko Speedway in Minnesota. Reeves started second and took the lead for the final time on lap 204 and led a total of 84 laps on the day. Now, Reeves is a protege of 2000 Cup Series champion NASCAR Hall of Fame inductee Bobby Labonte. He also has 3 ARCA Menards Series East victories in his 3 career starts there, and that matches the record set by road course ace Will Rogers. So we're talking about what a strong young driver this is.
Yeah, I'm sure he's anxious for that next race for the ARCA East to see if he can beat Will Rogers' record. So we'll keep an eye on that. Now, Reeves is the 365th driver to score at least one ARCA Menards Series victory. And he's the very first to earn his first career win at Elko Speedway. So that's kind of interesting too. We talked in the preview about Elko being the shortest short track on the ARCA Menards Series schedule. So we knew Butterbean was going to be pretty good on that short track, but Reeves was a great match for him.
You know, that is interesting as I was scanning that to see that as the first to get his first career win at Elko. So that's kind of unique. Now, there have been 5 first-time winners on the ARCA Menards Series here in the first 8 races of the season. Brendan Queen got his done right from the get-go at Daytona. Lawless Allen at Talladega. We saw Austin Green win at Charlotte. Trayton Lapovich at Berlin. And now Reeves put his name on that list here at Elko. There are only 3 first-time winners in 2024 and 7 in 2023. So only 2 more from match in 2023 there.
Yes, indeed. Now, Brendan Queen, we know he drives that number 28 bestrepair.net Chevrolet. He earned his first career General Tire Pole Award in qualifying and led twice for a race-high 148 laps. But he was forced to settle for second place when the race was said and done. It was Queen's 6th top 5 finish of the season, allowing him to stretch his lead in the ARCA Menards Series Championship standings to 11 points now over Lawless Allen in the number 20 Auto Park at Toyota, heading into Saturday's race at Lime Rock Park, which is a road course.
And there's a couple of things that got my attention there in that being his first career pole. We know how strong he's been. But also then the 11-point gap now in the point standings. I think that might have been the biggest point lead of the year, and we'll talk about that as we wrap up this review here.
Still close.
Still close, no doubt. Now, Allen scored his 3rd consecutive third-place finish. We have Mr. Second Place in the Xfinity. Here we got Allen going for 3rd place, which matches his efforts at Michigan International Speedway and Berlin Raceway. Again, not a bad place to be, but you want to be at least 2 spots better.
Oh, okay. Now, track favorite Ty Fredrickson in the number 25 Venturini Motorsports Toyota finished 4th in his ARCA Menards Series debut. Fredrickson is from nearby Webster, Minnesota, and is the son of the 2-time ASA Midwest Tour champion, Dan Fredrickson. His grandfather is Bob Fredrickson, and he's the former owner of Elko Speedway. And his grandmother, Liz, is the chief scorer for the ARCA Menards Series West. So a lot of people out there watching Ty Fredrickson.
You know, and I knew there was some history with that name and being from Minnesota there, but there's a lot more there than what I realized as far as that. So that's awesome to see that generational talent.
Yes.
Now, Isabella Robusto, the number 55 Yahoo Toyota, scored her second top 5 of the finish, top 5 finish of the season, and her faced on a paved short track since she finished 4th there at Elko back in 2024. She finished 3rd earlier this season at Talladega Superspeedway.
And Jason Kitzmiller, he drives that number 97 ALL Construction Carter Cat Chevrolet, and he finished in 6th place. His best career ARCA Menards Series short track finish.
And LeVar Scott, the number 6 Max Siegel Incorporated Chevrolet, he jumped into the lead coming out of the second race break. Looked like he could avenge his runner-up finish from 2024 when he crossed the finish line just 0.011 seconds behind winner William Sawalich. But after leading 18 laps, a mechanical issue developed with the race car, and he dropped back to 7th at the finish. That's only his second finish outside the top 5 this season. Now you know why he's up there in points.
Yeah.
Scott is the only driver to finish in the top 10 in all 8 races so far.
Yay, LeVar Scott. Okay, now Willie Mullins drives the number 3 CW Metals Crow Wing Recycling Toyota. He finished in 9th place, marking the first time in his 32 career starts that he has finished in the top 10 in back-to-back races. So, yay for Willie Mullins. He had an ARCA Menards Series veteran Will Kimmel serving as crew chief for this race.
All right. Well, finishing 10th was Alex Clubb, his first top 10 finish since he finished 8th at Daytona International Speedway back in 2024. Clubb is making his 75th career ARCA Menards Series start on Saturday at Lime Rock.
All right. And Brad Smith in the number 48, Gary Speed Shop Ford, made his 450th career ARCA Menards Series start. He finished 18th after overheating issues forced him to park early. Now, Smith started his career in 1988, driving a Chrysler to a 24th place finish at Rockford Speedway. Smith, who competes on a minuscule fraction of the budget of the top teams in the series, has 2 career top 10 finishes and a career best 5th place in the championship standings in 2021. Now, Smith's 450 starts puts him 3rd on the career list behind Iggy Katona, who has over 600 career starts, and 10-time series champion Frank Kimmel with 503. So in some elite air there with those 3 drivers.
Especially when you think about it, a lot of times we see that drivers do 1 or 2 years, move up either into the Truck Series or the Xfinity Series. These drivers that have found a home here in the ARCA Menards Series, Frank Kimmel would have been my top pick, I guess I thought, as far as that. But yeah. Iggy Katona maybe a little before my time, but that's a lot of starts in one series, regardless of what series it is.
It is. And congratulations to Brad Smith for those starts.
Now, we talked about this. The next race for the ARCA Menards Series is the Lime Rock Park 100. It'll be at Lime Rock Park in Salisbury, Connecticut. The race will be televised live on FS1 starting at 4 p.m. Eastern Time and is carried on select affiliates of the MRN radio network nationwide as well as on MRN.com. You can also find complete event information, including live timing and scoring data for all on-track and live race audio. That'll be available at arcaracing.com. Up-to-the-minute updates available by following ARCA_racing on X, which is formerly known on Twitter. So, again, looking forward to that new track that we'll be talking about, learning about. You're looking forward to seeing it.
Okay, I don't see the Reese's Sweet Move of the Race up yet, so we'll have to kind of keep an eye on that. But you can see highlights and relive some of those top moments from Saturday night's race at Elko Speedway over at arcaracing.com. They also have Max Reeves' Victory Lane interview there, and I don't see the next race we already mentioned is at Lime Rock. You can also see the full finishing results of that race as well over at ARCA Racing. And Jay, do you want to cover the full points report? I know we covered some of the news at the top there.
Yeah, well, we still got a battle. It's not as tight as it was, if you can believe that. But Brendan Queen, still your points leader now by the gap of 11 points over Lawless Allen. LeVar Scott, 14 back. And it really has become a three-man, three-driver show there. Jason Kitzmiller, who did miss a race, he got points for showing up and then had to leave. So still got credit for the race, though. In fourth is minus 65, and Isabella Robusto at minus 100. But the three drivers still within 14 points: Brendan Queen, Lawless Allen, and LeVar Scott. And this is one of those where we talk about, again, of even having a second or third place finish. If your competitors are right there with you, I mean, it's just tough to make up those points. Brendan Queen didn't get the win, but still gained on Lawless Allen because he was one or two positions in front of him.
Yes, and they have a 20 race schedule, and this was their 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This was the 8th race on the schedule. Yep. So there's 12 more races left in this ARCA Menards series for them to determine who their champion is going to be. So when you consider that, it's still very tight in those top three.
And it'll be interesting to see. We always talk about that. Who else may pick up a victory? Right now, Brendan Queen has that lead with 3 victories. Lawless Allen 1. The rest of them are ones that are doing one-off starts or not regulars. But I wanted to give a shout out. 6th place, Andy Jakowiak. I mean, been having a strong season. Actually only has 6 of the 8 starts in 6th spot. Only the one of 2 drivers in the top 10 who haven't made all 8 starts. Thad Moffitt, the other one, in 10th place. So that's a pretty impressive there. Again, just a solid season. A fan favorite, maybe not a broadcaster's favorite, trying to pronounce his name, if you will, but I think we've all gotten pretty adept at it. Yes. Andy J. Just shorten it to Andy J.
Andy J. So yeah, it's really cool to see what's happening in the ARCA Menards series. It's going to be fun to watch the next 12 races for them to determine who the final champion is going to be. And I suspect we're going to see those points juggle around some more before it's all said and done, Jay.
I think so. And we know Brendan Queen, I mean, has a good car, good speed, good driver. I don't know how much we know about his road racing, road skills. So we'll find that out coming up at Lime Rock. But that goes for Lawless Allen as well. We know he got his victory on Talladega Superspeedway. I think the advantage there might kind of lean towards LeVar Scott. But I think this is one where we may see somebody else get the win, and then it's just a matter of where these 3 finish against one another. Yes. Slight prediction there coming up for Lime Rock. And like I said, I know nothing about it. I now know it's in Salisbury, Connecticut. How about that?
Well, do watch for more coming soon. We're doing all the reviews today for NASCAR's top 3, as well as this ARCA Menards Series race at Elko Speedway. Next up is the Cup Series for Jay and I. And then at 10 o'clock tonight, we're doing our NASCAR Hot Topic Sound Off with the Fan for Racing crew. And then before that, Sal and I are going to sit down and talk with Trevor Huddleston. So watch for that interview to be coming out probably sometime tomorrow morning. So we've been working on getting Trevor Huddleston on Fanfare Racing Radio and chatting with him. So that happens tonight, and it will be published sometime tomorrow. And then later on in the week, Jay, you and I are going to be doing previews all over again. 2 tracks, 4 races between Lime Rock and Atlanta Motor Speedway.
That's right. And I know with that'll be on Hot Topics as well. Again, with Sunday, after all the traveling and vacation and whatnot that I have had going on in my life, haven't really got to sit down and look at the in-season challenge. I know that got finalized after this past weekend. So yes. I'll have to get a peek at that and see what these first matchups are, because that starts here now at Elko Park Raceway.
Yes, and we'll be talking about that on Hot Topics. I'll have all the graphics tonight for our roundup. So that will help you catch up for sure. And then, of course, we want to thank you for watching. We do appreciate you. We can't say it enough for tuning in to hear what we have to say. And we hope you keep coming back as we continue to publish our reviews and previews, as well as our interviews and Hot Topics sound off. So with that, Jay, I guess I'll see you in the next video along with everybody else.
Let's talk Cup Series then. All right.
Okay. Take care, everybody.